way to do business, but a phenomenal way to do business that was generating income to the tune of $6 billion a year in annual sales back in 1959. So from 1979 to 1982, after the FTC came out and announced that this was an extremely legal and very profitable and very lucrative way to do business, Amway had more than 2 million people in this country alone start working in this industry. So now that this industry had a defined set of rules, and you knew that you just had to be inside of this defined set of rules, this industry began to really, really take off. So in 1980, another company called Herbalife was founded, and it was one of the first companies to become a multinational company, meaning it took its products outside of our country to other countries and saw a tremendous amount of success with that. And then 4 years later, in 1984, a company that is still around today, a publicly traded company that a lot of us have probably heard of and it does very well, Nu Skin, was founded, and it was one of the very first in this industry to become publicly traded on the New York Stock Exchange. And this was also the first company to go 6 levels deep. Are you guys starting to see where we are here? Going international, publicly traded, way more than 6 levels deep. Both were very important steps in the evolution of network marketing, paving the strength and the viability of these sorts of companies. Realizing that people, no matter what their backgrounds, no matter what their education, no matter what their income levels, everybody understood the idea of having people and money work for you. So what is an S-curve? That's the name of this presentation. We've titled it the S-curve. And what is that? The S-curve is the name that economists give to this period of rapid growth that is then followed by a period of stabilization. So it's shaped like an S. So here's where a company brand new gets started. It sees what we call momentum, or a period of profound growth, and then naturally it stabilizes. And this is the case with any business, but it's really typical of successful companies in this industry, in network marketing. So Amway experienced its first S-curve in the birth in 1959, when people started to realize the significance and the power of having your people work for you, of bringing your products to end users without having to work for anybody, working for yourself, putting in a very low amount of money with an extremely high upside potential. And then, remember, they were sued by the FTC, and then they were found to be a very legitimate and extremely profitable way of making money, and an independent way of making money, where you get to work for yourself. So then they did $6 million in sales. Excuse me, that was before the FTC suit came forward. They did $6 million in sales, and then it halted, right? Then it saw a period of stabilization and even decline because they were involved in a lawsuit that was drawn out for 4 or 5 years. So that was their period of stabilization. So the birth was in 1959. It's the profound movement upwards was in 1972, and then of course it stabilized when they were sued. But then what happened was they survived the litigation, they came out on top, they came out knowing that this is not just a legitimate way to do business, but it's an amazing way to do business that appeals to all kinds of people from all walks of life, from all different economic backgrounds and education levels, because you get to own your own business, you get to own your own life, you get to go out and create your own future. And so that is when they did $2 billion in sales in that year. And they then entered what we now know of as Amway's third wave of growth, which was $2 billion in sales. They took it to $9 billion in sales, took it international. And what's so significant about